introduction. First of all, it's a privilege for me to just be before this august audience, and particularly like senior colleague Mr. Anil Xavier, wherein he was an inspiration to me also when I started my career into arbitration. This connection to Bangladesh, particularly with films, started as a Rangoon connection. I didn't expect. I was just invited by the SIAB Asia Pacific office to just deal with some Myanmar lawyers to undergo the training on arbitration, particularly international arbitration. There were two people. I was wondering, two people seems to be like Indians, sitting on the corner just watching me. At the end of the first day of the session, the same great man, Mr. S.N. Goswami, because we South Indians primarily have the notions of being the initials, giving a lot of importance to initial. I was just wondering that, okay, Mr. S.N. Goswami, he and his son were there. And then we had a short discussion, and he was saying that, are you interested to come to Bangladesh? Straight away. I said that Bangladesh in whatever we have studied or whatever we have read, shows that it is a place where we can see a lot of insurgency inside into India. That's the only thing. We had the perspective, at least me personally had a perspective of Bangladesh. Then I thought, okay, why? I just better accept this invitation, and I just landed in after the Christmas, or just before the Christmas in Dhaka. Marvelous. When I just entered into this particular country, I could see that it is another India. Another India, the water, the traffic, it took 2 hours for me from the airport to reach the Pan-Pacific Suriname. I wondered, it is typically like India, it is home away from the home. I was the happiest person. This Rangoon connection has led me to the former British India, wherein I now got an opportunity, at least to reasonable level, more than 60 odd people in arbitration as well as to some extent mediation. I had to thank Mr. S.N. Goswami for giving this opportunity. Coming to the second, his mission. Bangladesh International Mediation Society, even though its aspiration was to combine both arbitration and mediation, to certain impediments were there to just use that word, and the word BIMS is now the same, at least among the lawyers in Bangladesh. Hats off, please give a huge applause to his efforts. Coming to my presentation on mixture, we always happy with curries and masalas, and particularly from South India we are fond of spices and all these masalas. I like to just bring in arbitration and mediation in one platform. I'm not so keen on peace. I have to honestly accept that I am not a profound advocate on peace, because we lawyers are trained to not on peace, just to adjudicate. Mediation, the path to peace and prosperity. Look upon the second point, prosperity. Whether it is going to be litigant or the representative, that the council of the lawyers, or whether the society, all lead to prosperity when we take any of these ADR mechanisms. If you take mediation, you can just try to just resolve whatever happening from home till a company. If you take arbitration, it ends up with a higher level. Take both. We will lead to prosperity. The earlier speakers was just highlighting about, it seems to be like a Gurukul for me. It's a Gurukulam. It's the same wherein we can just, from A to Z, all the things will be taught, from life to education, all the things. When we heard from the first speaker, we understood mediation culture. Second speaker, we understood non-violence. Third speaker, we understood the culture blended with conflicts. And just now completed, ma'am was speaking about pedagogy. All these, if it comes to one, whether it will be effective? To some extent we have to accept. It has to be there. A dispute resolution process is a culmination of all. Understanding the culture, understanding the philosophy involved. I think non-violence is, in my, at least being a youngster, it is a philosophy. The conflicts, the management of conflicts, and the pedagogy. All gives us a strength and the effective a person, or brings out a perfect person to be a mediator. How can we just bring this mediation process in a really adversarial process which is termed as arbitration? Because many of the lawyers would accept that an arbitration is an adversarial process. It is a quasi-judicial process. We are not interested on the conventional courts, particularly on the commercial front, the commercial disputes. We want to go outside the courts. When we go outside the court, there is a very dangerous system which is called NSJS, Non-State Justice System. When we even now go to the rural part of any the subcontinent or even Southeast Asia, there is a very acceptable manner the system, the legal system would work is NSJS. It doesn't care about human rights. It doesn't care about the enforcement of the courts or the legal system. It doesn't even care about the constitution. But still, it is an acceptable dispute resolution mechanism in certain part of our rural sector. Can we just accept that? NSJS? We can, but we are modern. Whether we are young or old, we are now modern. We can't live without a mobile. We can't live without any other gadgets, starting from iPod to iPhones. It is inevitable, like how the disputes or the conflict. The term used by Anil was dispute and man was conflict. It is inevitable now. The modern evolution is also inevitable. But only thing is that just try to just find an alternative from this NSJS and go to a legal system which is being recognized by any constitution or by the judiciary. It has to go parallel with the judiciary. You can't just go away from that. Having said so, how we can just culminate these two? That is mediation and arbitration. What is a bridge? If you want to construct a bridge, normal bridge over the sea or a river, or nowadays even a railway track, we have a lot of issues, starting from land acquisition, ending up with the quality involved in it. When it comes to mediation and arbitration, one says it is informal and another says it's formal. How to bring it formal and informal? Today I had a plan to just wear a khadi dress. After seeing Mr. Dr. Gopal, Raja Gopal, it is really charmed for him. It is perfectly suiting him. It's a true example of the system, what he is following for the last several decades. But see what I am wearing. I want to just be Western to some extent, even though we can make it an alternative also, that to just manage this cool temperature, I am just using this. I can just say that. But still, I like this because people always see a person with uniqueness as special. I have to be unique. If I am just wearing a normal formal shirt, it doesn't make any uniqueness. I should differ, but at least here I could see a lot, and I could see many black coats also, straight away from the course lawyers have done down. How to just make a bridge with these two? As a formal person, as an arbitrator, if I am going to preside any dispute, can I just pull the gentleman with the Gandhian thought to settle that issue? In my limited experience, it is possible. And arbitration can have a mediation also in will. If you carry both Mr. V.Inbavijayan and Dr. Rajagopal, you can effectively resolve a dispute. See a slide, very interesting slide. In our class, primary classes, we always end up taught in the history books or the civic books, the panchayat. What is great about this panchayat? Whether it is mediation or arbitration, I understood that it is both. It has to be both. It was working effectively. A senior person in that society or the community, now we are speaking about community mediation, it's all about panchayat, nothing more than that. Just the elderly person try to resolve the dispute, and the very interesting thing is that the parties would accept, abide. Beautiful. Why? Now we have just changed from this panchayat system. All because of these. We have to just get involved with these commercial transactions. Whether it is sales, some people in the training would have seen the same slide, this particular points. But this has changed all the things. What ma'am was mentioning about economic globalization now has brought in all these. Whether it is sales, licensing, investment, that is foreign direct investment, that's how we are living today. It's joint venture, developing our infrastructure. The fifth one, no other option. We have to just get grants from IMF or World Bank or any other monetary organizations. We end up in development agreements. And more dangerous thing is that the international loans. With all these, we have to change. We can't just trust on the panchayat system. We have to move away from the panchayat system. No other option. Next. This is the evolution of arbitration. Since I'm an advocate on arbitration, not much on mediation, I could express before experts like Anil Sethi and S.N. Goswami and many other colleagues. The UN, what ma'am was highlighting, they are going to have a great march by 2020. Should also consider this concept, because UN always works on an additional concept called conciliation. Many have come across the term conciliation also, parallel with mediation. The word mediation comes from the Western terminology, but conciliation is the actual thing, what we are doing. And that conciliation, which is being already promoted by UN, should also be taken up in this march. A humble request to the organizers. What is mediation? See the picture. Totally gloomy. And if people from North India are here can understand what is the place. Manasarovar, Lake Manasarovar. The beautiful place where we had to reach at least once in our lifetime. The Himalayas. If you go there, whatever we whisper alone will be heard. Nothing beyond that. This picture has been brought in this particular slide. Why? Because a mediator brings down such a situation in that process. Total harmony and peace as well as calmness when it comes to that process. Whether you like this, obviously you have to let it come. The peace, alternate word I am using is just calmness. It starts from home and ends up even in Himalayas. Now, I try to just combine with why we can just make this calmness with that adversarial process. The famous quote, what Mr. Sharma also was highlighting the morning, is a great thing from a lawyer, that too, the father of the nation. Nothing he has lost. The perspective of lawyers, nothing he has lost by doing mediation. This is a stamping what we have got. Or in the Chinese version can say chopping. We got the chopping from the very prominent person who was promoting non-violence. Next. What can be the role of an arbitrator in taking this mediation? There's one thing we have to be very clear. There is a general says that we can't just, as lawyers, act in two different roles. We can have only one role. We can't just have more than one role. But an arbitrator, one of the constructive role of an arbitrator is that he can take up two roles. An arbitrator can also act as a mediator, which has been authenticated under Section 22 of the Bangladeshi Arbitration Act 2001. Is a marvelous piece of legislation which has been suggested by UN. The Civil Law Society, which has suggested two roles, is also being adopted in Bangladesh also. You can try it. Try this. If you are going to try this particular concept of two roles by one person, then we can see this picture. What is that? It's a Bengal white tiger with the face of a lion. I was very happy to get this picture. This is a violation of copyright.
It's a lion.
Yes. It is hybrid. It is an outcome of research. But the good thing is that if you have a species like that, then you will be the happy person. All the zoo authority will be ready to catch hold of such an animal and display. It is something new which we all like. Take that. If you are going to take that, then this code, what has been given by Mr. David, on the positive side on mediation process. Mediate, mediate, mediate. If you are going to mediate, you are not going to lose anything. Whether you are a lawyer, whether you are a litigant, whether you are the judiciary who are going to support the mediation process, just take the words of Mr. David Hilliard. Yeah, I think due to paucity of time, I have to just conclude, and we have to hear Dr. Only a small slide I have just given. ADR, need of the hour. Technically speaking, how Mr. Anil was mentioning that mediation is not an alternate dispute resolution, it has to be an appropriate dispute resolution. I say that arbitration is not at all coming under the category ADR. ADR just includes negotiation or mediation or conciliation. Arbitration is a quasi-judicial process. It's a culmination of judiciary and authority. Mediation is not about authority, but if you just culminate judiciary, the process and the informal process is a mediation, then you can see water, you can see grass, you can also see palm tree. Thank you friends, and hope you seriously take this message.
Thank you, V.Inbavijayan. The forenoon sessions are East and West meeting. The afternoon sessions are mediation and arbitration meeting. After listening to V.Inbavijayan, I now realize that it is possible to have the cake and eat it too. Now, all good things have to come to an end. We have come to the last part of the